Hey everyone, let's walk through what a typical day looks like here at the Annex. Every single thing we're about to cover, from the first potty break in the morning to the final lockup at night, it's all designed to create a predictable and honestly a healing environment for pets who are in crisis. In this guide, we're going to see exactly how a consistent routine and really precise documentation become the foundation for giving the best possible care.
But before we jump into the nitty-gritty of the schedule, let's just ground ourselves in our purpose. This quote, it's from our business plan, but it's not just some mission statement on a wall. It's the why behind every single thing you'll do here. We are a temporary safe harbor. The structured day you're helping create, it provides absolutely critical stability for animals whose lives have been, well, completely turned upside down. All right, let's start with the morning. A calm, organized start to the day directly translates into a much less stressful environment for the animals. Following the schedule makes sure every pet's needs are met efficiently and, most importantly, safely. So here's the morning shift at a glance. You see the structure, right? Individual care comes first, then we move into supervised socialization, and that's followed by cleaning and that absolutely crucial block for documentation. Let's break each of these down. First up, 6 a.m. The number one rule here is one at a time. This is so important. It prevents any potential squabbles, and it lets you give each dog your undivided attention for a minute. While one dog is out, you'll be cleaning their space, and then you'll feed them separately. This whole process is designed to keep stress way down and make sure everybody eats safely. Okay, 7:30 a.m. Now we shift gears a little bit into careful socialization. For the dogs we know are compatible and friendly, they can go out in small, supervised groups. This is also when you'll grab their food bowls and, super important, make sure everyone's water is topped off and fresh. And I gotta say it again, direct supervision during group play is totally non-negotiable.
And here it is, our first critical documentation checkpoint. All those little things you've just been noticing, how much a dog ate, what their energy level was like, how they interacted with others, all of that needs to be recorded right now while it's fresh in your mind. This is the first vital link in the communication chain for the whole day. So by 8:30, you're officially connecting your actions to the record. You're not just cleaning, you are recording the feeding intake for every single animal. This data is so important for tracking their health. The goal is to have all morning charting completely done by 9:30 a.m.
All right, let's move into midday. This part of the day is all about enrichment, and it's where we really leverage our incredible volunteers to make sure every single pet gets some quality one-on-one time. To help our volunteers safely, we use this color-coded board. It's a really simple but powerful tool. Green is for the easy walkers, yellow is for dogs that might pull a little bit, and red, well, red is reserved for the strong pullers or dogs with specific behaviors that really need a more experienced handler. It just keeps everyone safe. Now, as staff, part of our job is to make sure the love gets spread around. You'll want to gently guide volunteers toward animals who haven't had any interaction yet. We just want to make sure no one gets overlooked. Every single animal here deserves a chance to play and de-stress each day.
As we get into the evening, you're going to see that the routine intentionally mirrors the morning, and that's on purpose. This predictability is incredibly comforting for animals, especially those who've come from chaotic or traumatic situations. It helps them feel secure. So here's the evening shift timeline. See that familiar pattern? It's feeding, then playtime, and then that final dedicated block for charting and cleaning. That consistency is really the key to our whole care model. Yep, the core evening tasks are basically a replay of the morning. One at a time letouts and separate feeding, then some small group socialization for the friendly ones. This repetition just reinforces that stable, predictable world that the animals in our care really need. And that brings us to our final, and I mean final, non-negotiable documentation checkpoint. Everything from the evening shift, food intake, behavior, any concerns at all, it has to be logged before you leave. This is what makes for a seamless handover to the morning team. Okay, 8:30 p.m. The focus now is on wrapping everything up completely. Record the evening feeding, finish all the cleaning, and have all charts finalized by 9 p.m. sharp. Then, the last critical step is a physical check. Every single animal must be secure in their enclosure by 9:15 p.m. before you lock up for the night. Okay, so we've talked a lot about when to document, but how you write your notes is honestly just as important. A great note is the key to continuity of care. It's how one shift talks to the next, even if they never see each other. So think about it. What makes a note truly useful versus just noise? It really all comes down to one word: objectivity. A helpful note gives the next person facts they can act on, not opinions they have to try and interpret. And this is the perfect example. Writing bad dog, well, that tells us absolutely nothing. It's just a judgment. But writing barked continuously in kennel for 10 minutes after feeding, that is factual. It's observable. It gives the next shift a specific behavior to watch for. It's data, not drama. These here are the 4 golden rules, and they are not optional. 1. You have to complete your notes before you walk out that door. Every time. 2. Every animal gets a note, every single shift. No exceptions. 3. No blank spaces. If everything's fine, just write normal. A blank space just creates dangerous uncertainty. And 4. If something significant happens, enter an alert immediately, during your shift. Don't wait. And let's be super clear about what an alert is. In our software, Notaro, this is not for just minor notes. An alert is specifically for flagging significant concerns that need immediate attention. The main categories are feeding, sickness, and behavior. Think of it as our emergency flare system for escalating urgent issues. Okay, let's bring all this together. I know it's easy to see these things as just daily chores, but every task, every single note you write, is a vital piece of a much larger story, a story of healing and safety for both a pet and their person. So if you take one thing away from this, let it be this. Routine creates stability, and objective notes create continuity of care. These aren't just rules we made up, they are the fundamental tools we use to provide the highest standard of care when these animals and their families need us the most. I'll leave you with this thought. Your documentation is so much more than just another task on a checklist. It's really an act of stewardship. By recording clear, factual observations, you are telling an animal's story accurately, and you're making sure that every single person who comes after you has the information they need to care for them well. Thanks for being a part of that story.